Hello everyone, welcome back to Beskidy. All of us are welcomed by the rooster which just crowed. We're standing here by grandfather, kind of enjoying the morning, but he's tapping his cane and reminding us that we have work to do in the harvest field, so let's head to our task. A lot of our equipment we brought home. I still need to bring the tractor home from the farm, although at the moment maybe I could just leave it parked. It isn't hurting anything. We're harvesting the field that is straight ahead of our tractor here. Well, let us check on... Yeah, we can see the box has gone down just a little bit, but we still have plenty of wood chips in there that'll continue to be sold, I think, this session. Hopefully keep us afloat. And speaking of floating, we have our magical front loader here. There we go. Try to make them reappear. There are so many input binding conflicts on this that more than you can shake a stick at. Anyway, we'll leave it to its task. Let's go to the next one. Not doing anything with this one at the moment. Here's our combine. Our beloved Fortschritt E514. We'll get it going here. Let me just check our auto combine. At the moment appears to be all set up. Looks like we should have a pretty decent barley crop if you judge by the thickness of the crop. You know, that is something interesting that you see on mod maps versus what you see in the Giant's own maps. You know, with a mod map we can make the crop quite a bit thicker, visually speaking, than what it typically is on the Giant's own maps. Anyway, have him all set to go, and actually it's going to be a little bit, I think, before it gets full, so we'll kind of bide our time here. I know last time when we were in here I said I wanted to learn a little about the E514. You know, whoops, what's going on here? Ah, he's spinning out. Alright, well, good thing we're here to try to help. We'll try to... Not sure why. If I go to the... There, I seem to climb up the hill all right. Not sure why it didn't want to do it, so I will drop our windrow there and then send him on across. I think there's quite a bit of functionality, perhaps. It's either this one or the other combine that we have, that if I just knew what it was, like I kind of think that there is some... Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you spinning again? You are spinning again. There we go. You know, it's almost as if there was a little dip in the field right there, and because the header maybe is all the way on the ground, almost looks like it. You know, it almost acted as if he didn't want to move, so... Alright, we got an obstruction in the field here. Come on, you can get out. There you go. No, maybe it's the outer round. It just needs a little extra help here. Let me try to move him over here. Can you see the edge of the field, pal? There we go. Just had to help him just a wee little bit. Yeah, this is where I wish I could come in here with a chainsaw and clear out the trees that are kind of overhanging. Might be something we take into account when we replant. But I don't know. As long as he negotiates the path here, we should be good. Yeah, probably the outer round has got to be the worst. Anyway, I forget what I was saying, but I did learn a little about the Fortschritt E514 from good old Wikipedia. Let's see, you didn't back into a tree, did you? There you go. Good, good, good. You never know whether you can trust the hired help. And this will be a nice field of barley. So from good old Wikipedia, and this is me just learning, you know, I don't think I have ever seen a Fortschritt anything in the U.S. where I live. And if they are in the U.S., I've never, to my knowledge, seen one here in the local area where I live. I live in the state of Oregon, clear over on the west side in the Willamette Valley, and I'm pretty sure I've never seen a Fortschritt, that particular brand. I don't know if they are marketed in the U.S. The Wikipedia article was silent on it. But it says the Fortschritt E514 is a self-propelled combine harvester. Yeah, duh. That was made by the East German manufacturer. Oh, and here, I don't know German, so my pronunciation of this is going to be probably totally butchered. I apologize for that. But made by the East German manufacturer VEB, mit Drescherwerk Bischofswerda Singwitz in Singwitz, that must be a town in East Germany, and sold under the Fortschritt brand. So evidently this combine isn't even a Fortschritt by brand, I guess. You know, it must be another manufacturer that made it for them, and it's just marketed under this particular brand. I don't understand the significance of that, but anyway, that's what it says. It is the successor to the Fortschritt E512, which it did not manage to replace. The E514 was produced alongside the E512 from 1982 until 1988, so it's obviously a machine of older manufacturer. So basically in production it appears over a 7-year period. Apparently this combine is based on the E512, shares the same basic design, and it's just a bigger capacity. Has an improved header drive and apparently a bigger grain tank. Alright, it's also full. Holds 5,600 liters. We'll see how that compares to the information we read on it here in just a little bit. This is our other combine, which we'll leave here for the moment. Whoa, get up here. Alright, crank this puppy up, and we'll head down to offload. Stay out of the tree. It's a wonder we didn't put our unloading auger and bend it around the tree. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Now this I don't understand. By all rights, this trailer should accept barley, so now I'm wondering, do we have too many, okay, I can put the ad in there. Change bodywork key 7, nope. Oh, I wonder if the weight is maybe too much for the trailer, so it doesn't accept it at, well, let's see how much it holds here. It may not hold the whole tank full, or we're going to be busy. Okay, let me see here. 7, it isn't letting us, you know, maybe we could try 2. I wonder if it's the weight. You know, it's very interesting. Apparently it doesn't hold it at the top one. I'm I'm not seeing any particular error kicked in the log by this. You know, I think this is the same trailer we used when we were hauling wood chips. And maybe... well, yeah, I just don't know. Maybe this is why they have two trailers typically. So maybe when I take this back and put it in storage, I'll pick up another trailer. I think we can haul two at the same time. So let me move it off of here. And let me return to our combine and see if we can persuade him to continue the harvest. Yeah, interestingly, he still has 1,100. Oh, I see. He's probably kind of waiting for us to get out of the way. Well, let's let him do his thing. I'll hop back here in the combine. Now, let me see here. I know I'm in his way just a little bit. Trying to see if I set up a course play here to offload the grain. Maybe start... well, I don't know if that's the right place to start. Am I smashing crop if I drive over the top of it? No. Alright. Let me see. I probably need to back up just a fuzz. Alright. Let me take her home. There's a first egg. Give me another, give me another. Maybe this works. Alright. We'll head into storage. What I don't know is if course play will play nicely with two trailers. You know, I may still need to supervise it a little bit. So, let me get it around the bend. And, although, you know, one is probably all I need. Frankly, let me hop off. Let me, oops, open our gate. Oh, wow, something is making me go super duper fast. All right, turn the corner here. Go around our tractor, which I foolishly parked right here in the middle. I shouldn't have done that. We'll go by grandfather so he knows we're working, and we'll take her by the storage. Oops. Ah. I get all turned around in here. There we go. Maybe this is a little better. Now if I come along here so we can offload into my trigger. Make sure I have, there we go. Okay. Now let's head on back out to the field. I think we came through here last time. That'll work. Here are non-existent cows moo. I'll just cut across the barnyard here and head on out the same way I came in. Fortunately, I don't see any traffic on this road, so that's kind of handy. We know the guy won't tangle with him. So we'll see how well this course play performs. Actually, you know, okay. I wonder, can I add one more layer? I'm going to try this. I'll add a layer. Oops, let me get him out to the field. That ought to do. Close enough for government work. Okay. What field number is it? Yes, 21 it appears. Okay, 21. How do I set the other ones up? Grass. No, I don't really have any courses. Okay, so we'll call this, these are all starting off, we'll call it Combi 21 to storage. Boom. There we go. Alright, let me make sure he's in the right mode. Combine drives. Driving helper. Combi, empty combine and offload. There we go. Choose combine. We're gonna not the bison. We want the Fortschritt. Automatic search. Current, find none. Okay. We will see just how well this works. I may need to set up some other things. I want to make sure. Okay, start at 50%. Ah, there he goes. Already answering my own question. I want to see. I thought positive for sure that barley could be in here, even with a double layer of the sides on this trailer. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to need to do a little bit more modding on the trailer. I already touched it a little bit so that it hauled wood chips and we could see the proper texture for wood chips. But if need be, I can modify it maybe a little bit further to make sure it hauls barley. And maybe this time it'll haul a higher quantity. Hopefully it does. So our combine's going to fill a little sooner than it did last time because we left 1,100 liters in it. And the combine presumably can behave itself in the field without our supervision. We'll maybe hang tight here on the tractor. Although this thing is an absolute guzzler of fuel. What's it doing? Come on. Well, that's kind of weird. Why is it such a chicken getting under? I wonder if it's going to wait until... Oh yeah, well this isn't going to help. I mean... all well and good if it does this on a flat or a long stretch. We'll see what it does, you know, when the combine fills. Has anybody else ever seen that, where there is stop and start? Huh. That is really interesting. Maybe, yeah, we'll just have to see here. That is just bizarre. I pop in an error? Nope. In traffic. Oh, that's malarkey. Okay. Well, at least it gets us close to the combine, and I see now that the combine... Oh! Physics in here. I see that the combine is pouring the grain in there, so we know that it should work for barley with a double layer. But he's going to be close to full, of course, when this is ready. So I think it should get us up to 5,600. Oh, perfect. That just empties it. Waiting till fill level reached. Okay, none. So why don't we tell him to drive now? Well, very interesting. Still kind of messing around by the combine. Boy, that's... We'll just let the combine round the bend here until we turn him loose. If anybody else has ever had that trouble with course play, and I don't know if it's this particular tractor, maybe it's a, like, you know, maybe I should just reveal, well, it's got a big block in front of it, but that shouldn't make any difference. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to tell. There are triggers everywhere to help it to know what to do. But we'll see if he goes through the circuit at least. Now, don't tangle with the tree. Just, yeah, scrape the paint off. So we'll see if he can negotiate getting the grain, at least in central storage. If he can do that, we'll have part of the battle won. Anyway, on the combine, we mentioned a couple things off of good old Wikipedia. Apparently the E514 is a conventional straw walker combine harvester, and it has front-wheel drive with continuously variable transmission, CVT. So, yeah, it gives a few details here as to how it goes in. I mean, it's a conventional combine. We all know where the material comes in. You know, it enters the front, gets pulled into a mid-mounted threshing drum. That'd be the cylinder. Mid probably meaning somewhere under the driver's seat, give or take a little bit, either way. Straw exits the machine in the back after getting cleaned in the straw walkers in the rear compartment. And apparently it can be used on slopes. It's as up to 8.1 degrees right from the factory. So I really don't know any more than that what it says. I mean, that's basically a 14.2% slope. So it may be that it has what are known as self-leveling sieves, or it could have self-leveling capability that maybe this particular mod or model doesn't have built into it. You know, what we commonly refer to as hillside. But it obviously can handle a little bit of slope, which is nice. Threshing system and drum, concave and everything apparently is identical to the E512. Has a width of the threshing drum has a width of 1.278 meters and a diameter of 0.6 meters, so decent sized. 8 rasp bars, driven by a belt, another CVT. So fairly similar to what we would see in other conventional threshing machines. The ones that are rotary. Concave has 14 rasp bars. Mentions, some improvements that it had over the E512, but it must not have been enough improvements, that it didn't fully replace the E512, if that truly was the manufacturer's goal. Combine has 4 straw walkers in the back, 4 steps apiece, an area of about just a little over 5 cubic meters. The straw or material can be dropped in swaths on the field, chopped with a straw cutter, or placed on the field in stacks. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen that done. I've seen the first 2, but I don't know how the latter one works, in terms of putting it on stacks, unless the operator just stops and lets it pile up behind it. There's only so much you can do with that. The grain falls out of the threshing drum, the cylinder, and out of the straw walkers onto a pan, falls into sieves. It has 2 sieves, very common in combines. One's adjustable on the top and the lower one is fixed. And then a cleaning fan, that blows up through the sieves, also controlled, with a CVT. Apparently, the combine it was replacing, the biggest design flaw that they felt it had was too small of a clean grain tank. And this one here adds quite a bit more capacity. I guess goes from 2.3 cubic meters to 3.6. So, a third again. So it just allowed more harvesting in between needing to empty. Mentions a little about the engine. I really don't know much about it. It's a 4-stroke diesel engine. The engine is a naturally aspirated, water-cooled, push-rod, straight-4 engine with 2 cross-flow cylinder heads. Well, not being all too mechanically inclined, I really don't, that doesn't mean a ton to me, but I'm sure it does to some here. Drivetrain is a belt system, manual 3-speed gearbox, and a belt CVT. And I think also it was an option at the factory. You could have tracks put on it instead of the conventional tires. I don't know. I'd have to Google it on the internet to see a picture of one on tracks. I know the farming sim world, which is how I even know Fortschritt exists. I mean, that's one good thing about farming sim, right? I mean, you learn so much about other brands, other nations, other people's ways of doing things. It's really, really kind of cool in that regard. Is our hero coming down? Yes, he is. I think he's still moving. Maybe I could open. I don't know if I have a mod installed. Oh yeah, okay, we can see him coming with that little icon on there. Good, good, good. But anyway, that is a little on the Fortschritt E514 combine that I learned, from that all-authoritative source called Wikipedia. It does reference a couple sources here, but obviously in a foreign language, and I don't understand. So I'll take the English version here. Apparently, it also came equipped with a steering assisting program, that helped keep it in a straight line by automatically correcting the steering angle. That must have been a rudimentary form of GPS before. Hey, okay, the combine. You know what? I can't really send him to the combine anyhow because he'll just stop and start, and then refuse to go up underneath it. So we'll just do it this way. Yeah, and I don't know if it'd be better to go get that other trailer and leave him in the field. We'll have to figure that out as we go. Like I say, I can't really tell if this was fertilized, so don't really know if we're getting the optimum crop off of here. But it is what it is. I wonder if there's collisions on these trees. Maybe, some of them in here I know you can drive through, so maybe that's what this one is. We'll see. He's heading this one straight on. Boom. Okay, no collisions. Cool. Very, very helpful. Maybe I'll just leave the other trailer off. I think it's helpful to drive by old Grandpappy on the home place so he can see that we're working hard. Since this is so noisy, I'll maybe go back out to the field. Now this particular mod was given to me by some friends who commented on the video, the ones that set up the save game file. And obviously the whole intent of the Beskidy map is to depict Polish farming, so I have to assume that this particular combine, even though of East German manufacture, it must have been used quite a lot on Polish farms, Polish agriculture. So, yeah, that's something I just wouldn't know, if it hadn't been provided. So, the other one that we have is another brand I'm not really familiar with, the Bison. So, we'll dig that out on some other harvest and give it a go as well. Oh, there's a nice balloon in the air observing the harvest. And I'm not wild about the particle animation in the header, but you know what? You can't really see it very well. Just leave it as is. It doesn't match the color of the crop. It probably matches wheat more, but it seems to be sending it outward. Oh, maybe it is going a little bit out to kind of twist under the auger. Who knows? Some of these combine mods have sickles that move. I don't see one here. Actually, the sickle in here looks kind of different. Looks a little different from what I'm used to in seeing a standard sickle. But if anyone listening to this is from Poland or from anywhere that has ever used a Fortschritt combine, if you have anything to share on it, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Like I say, I haven't ever seen one here in the US. So my only experience with the mighty Fortschritt is in Farming Simulator. Still definitely enjoying the Beskidy map, and you know, this field here, I didn't realize it when we bought it, but it has character and hills. You know, I love the hills. I know I've said that many times, and I love fields that have character and aren't just squares or rectangles. You know, in this one, I mean, it kind of does have an overall shape or that's rectangular, but it has stuff like dead ahead, you know, some features that come out into the field that we have to work around. And I know if you're in the business of farming, when you have inefficiencies like that in the fields, it can be kind of annoying and everything. I totally get that. But in terms of being picturesque, definitely like it. Anyway, we all heard the alarm go off, so I'll let everybody go with that. Hope you're enjoying Beskidy too. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.